What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic and more, and we in the building. You know, we back afternoon grind. Y'all know what it is, and you know, appreciate everybody for rocking out with us, man. Sharing the videos and telling your friends and all that good ish. But let's hop right on to it. Freddie Roach, you know, has been vocal before about really not wanting to let Pacquiao, you know, go up against Terence Crawford. But now he says, you know, top ranking Bob Arum, you know, 85-year-old ass is pushing for it now. So what they want to do is, they want Crawford to beat Jeff Horn or Gary Cochran winner. I think March 10th is the day I talked about, and they real hard about this March 10th day. It's going to be in Vegas, and if it's Vegas, I can't wait because I'm being in Vegas that weekend, God willing, and I'm gonna go check it out. But you know, Freddie Roach said they pushing for it really hard, and that you know, he concerned. He says, you know, he got a lot of respect for Crawford. And Crawford, I believe, beat Victor Postal, was one of his fighters. And I think he might have beat another Freddie Roach fighter as well. And he knows how good Terence Crawford is. He got a lot of respect for him. And he says, you know, that's not a fight that I like for Manny Pacquiao. He's been very vocal. We spoke about this several times. And Roach sometimes lies, but sometimes he can be bluntly honest. But he said there ain't nothing they going to back down from. If it's something they got to do, they going to walk the plank. He going to have Pacquiao ready. He said, I never entered a fight not thinking we going to win. You know, but it does sound like he's wavering confidence. But maybe his wavering confidence may be what wakes Manny Pacquiao up and trains hard. Maybe the Manny Pacquiao might have one last hurrah. We've seen a lot of old fighters have one last hurrah. I think Pacquiao might have one last rally in him. I think the challenge of Terence Crawford will make him train seriously, take it serious. And I think, you know, we might get a vintage Manny Pacquiao versus Terence Crawford. I've been very vocal, you know, before all the major decline, the Jeff Horn fight, and the Jesse Vargas fight, and the Marquez knock. I mean, you know, right after the Marquez knockout, I still thought Pacquiao, around the Mayweather-Pacquiao time, I thought Pacquiao still can whoop Terence Crawford at that point. I see a lot of flaws in Terence Crawford, but now Crawford has erased those flaws, and Crawford is continuing to get better, and the confidence is sky high. He wants that fight. He's hungry. It'll be a hell of a fight still, you know, if we get a focused Pacquiao. And a Pacquiao that can step away from the politics, and if he chooses to step away from the politics and strictly solely focus on training, I think it could be a classic fight, an epic passing the torch fight. I still think Pacquiao got it. I seen him have flashes versus Jeff Horn, but what you got to understand, this guy did not train for Jeff Horn. And I'm not one to make excuses. You can clearly see it. They didn't break down film. They went in there overconfident, boastful, and they didn't know Jeff Horn can take it on the chin, and it was that awkward. And they got exposed for lack of preparation. That's something you won't see from Floyd Mayweather. That's something we won't see from Miguel Cotto, who we're going to talk about in the next couple of videos. But the thing that's interesting about that is, in the reading between the lines, you dig, is this. It looks like Bob Arum is not going to push Terence Crawford to fight any of the PBC fighters once he get the WBO belt in 2018. So it's another fight that I guess I predicted wrong. Potentially, if Pacquiao takes this fight, if Crawford is able to get past the Gary Cochran and Jeff Horn winner, is that I thought Earl Spence and Terence Crawford would have more, was going to happen before Earl Spence and Keith Thurman. It looked like that might be put on the burner to 2019, and Crawford only might fight twice if Pacquiao elects to fight him again. They want Crawford to fight 3 times next year, so it's not completely erased. And Pacquiao has been very vocal in declining, according to Bob Arum, declining the Terence Crawford fight before. But, he could decline again. But if he fights, then they might make a pay-per-view. They might put on ESPN, and Crawford make enough money where he only need to fight 2 times in 2018, putting the Earl Spence, Terence Crawford, Keith Thurman fight completely on the back burner in 2019. So the welterweight division looks like it's going to be plugged up in 2018, and we won't get none of the epic fights that we want to see. And that's bad. You know, we're not getting the fight we want to see in the heavyweight division. But the light heavyweight is popping, middleweight is popping, super middleweight is popping, middleweight is popping. I mean, we got several divisions. Super featherweight is popping. That's popping. But the 2 that we want to see get popping that can really make 2018 greater than 2017, the heavyweight and the middleweight division seems like it's going to be on hold for a while. And Bob Arum, he be lying. He was telling us that he wants Crawford to fight the top-ranked guys, and I think Crawford is going to finally open his eyes and see that that ain't going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Heard Earl speak on it yesterday. It's business, And he, I'm saying, he opposed to going to ESPN. It's all about the guap. And is Bob Arum willing to dish out A-side money to another promotional company's A-side fighter? Even though Crawford would be an A-side, to be 2 A-sides in my opinion. But it's either up to him and Al. It look like we ain't gonna see none of the great fights that we want to see this year amongst the top young welterweights. And at least we get Pacquiao and Terence Crawford. If Pacquiao, elects to fight Crawford, we gonna.